What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you as always. If you've been here, welcome back. And if you've never been here, hit the subscribe button. Check out the membership program. This is where we cover some criminal cases, talk about the criminal justice system, and talk about my 17 years incarcerated in the New York prison system. But today we're going to talk about a case in Philadelphia, PA, in Pennsylvania. It's a disturbing case. It took place about a week ago. But there's a vigil today for the deceased, for the 22-year-old that was slaughtered and murdered in the street. His name was William Schmidt, known as Billy Schmidt, 22 years old, out of Philadelphia, was gunned down in the middle of the street with no justification, for no reason, by animals, by some kids, if we can call them kids, because they were very young, supposedly. They're still on the run. One is in custody that they believe has some information. The other two are still on the run. We're going to get to that in a minute. The police will get them. And let me say right from the beginning, when the police do get them, they deserve life without parole. They might deserve the death penalty, but they're not going to get it in a democratic state like Philadelphia. We'll get to that in a minute too, but they definitely deserve life without parole. 25 to life. Hopefully they get it, and I'll tell you why. But let me tell you what happened. Billy Schmidt, 22 years old, a college student, about to graduate in December, going to school for journalism and media. Good kid, really good young man. Of course, as they say, the good die young. He never was arrested in his life. He was never in trouble in his life. He had no criminal record. He did not do drugs. He lived inside of the gym. He loved to run. He loved to work out. He was said to be there's a picture of him right there. He was said to be a kind person, a humble person, a loving person, and a goal-orientated person who knew what he wanted to do in life. And he loved sports. And he was in the bar watching the NBA finals. And he was walking home from that bar when he was approached by these animals who robbed his cell phone. They stole his cell phone. We'll get to these individuals in a minute. Once they took his cell phone, he gave chase. His father said he was very surprised that Billy gave chase because he's not that type. But I guess he felt very violated that he was just robbed in the street in the middle of the night. And as he was giving chase, the suspect, the robber, the thief, the animal, the degenerate, the waste of life, the scumbag, turned around and fired a shot into Billy's chest, killing him, murdering him in the middle of the street. So here's another case of a degenerate, as I said, waste of life, a scumbag who shoots an unarmed person after they robbed them. That's felony robbery and murder. This is not a case like the Carmelo Anthony case that just took place, even though you can't justify what Carmelo Anthony did to Austin Metcalf. Between those two, there was a situation. Supposedly, Austin Metcalf approached Carmelo Anthony and pushed him. And then there was, in this case that I'm talking about now, there was zero provocation. These individuals went out looking for a target. They were wilding. You remember the 1989 Central Park jogger case? They came up with the term, the kids were running around the street wilding, just searching for victims. You can see in the video that they were searching for a victim to rob. They purposely went out with the premeditated agenda to rob someone. And they killed them in the course of that robbery. I would like to see if these kids had parents at home. I would like to see what their parents' beliefs are. Because for these young kids to run around the street and brutally murder someone, I would say that their upbringing was not like Billy's. I'm sure it was much different. Let me show you this quick video so that you can see what the news has to say about it as well. Go ahead, check this out.
Tonight, we have learned police are making progress in the murder of a 22-year-old Billy Schmidt. The Penn State student was killed during a robbery in South Philadelphia. And tonight, dozens of friends and family, they gathered to honor his memory. Action News reporter Brianna Smith now with the story.
Philadelphia police are making progress in this investigation. Sources tell us a juvenile is being questioned. Meanwhile, a memorial continues to grow for Billy Schmidt, where loved ones say he tragically and senselessly lost his life.
You know, I just hope he's looking down and sees how much everyone loves him.
Hundreds of family, friends, and local leaders filled a South Philadelphia neighborhood on Thursday night to honor 22-year-old Billy Schmidt.
Always had a kind word about everybody, never said anything bad, and that's why it's more so shocking of what occurred.
Philadelphia police say the Penn State senior was shot and killed in an apparent robbery on the 1900 block of Durford Street early Saturday morning. Police released these images of the suspects.
You're going to be caught. It's just a matter of time.
Sources tell Action News evidence from a separate robbery may help police connect the dots on who was involved in Schmidt's murder.
Billy Schmidt is everybody's son. You know why? Because he's an innocent victim. It could have been any of our children.
Loved ones gathered on the corner of 20th and Durford Streets with their signs, candles, and unwavering love and support. Friends say the huge turnout speaks volumes about who Schmidt was as a person.
He was a kid that would talk to everyone, and nobody was too cool for Billy.
The legacy he leaves behind.
You have left a lasting impact on everyone you have ever spoken to. Bill's legacy is unmatched, something for all of us to rise to.
And one of the greatest lessons he taught the community.
Don't take anybody for granted. And it said a lot, but you don't know how much you love them till they're actually gone. And we love you, Billy, and we're going to miss you forever, and we'll never let anybody forget about you.
Schmidt will be laid to rest on Tuesday. Now, police say if you have any information about the suspects, you're asked to contact police. A $20,000 reward is being offered for tips leading to an arrest and conviction. In South Philadelphia, Brianna Smith, Channel 6 Action News.
How crazy is that? How crazy is that? And let me tell you something about Philadelphia. Philadelphia ranks up in the top 3 in crime right now. Okay, it has more crime than New York City. New York City's pretty bad. This Philadelphia, PA, has more crime than New York City. It has more crime than Los Angeles. Of course, it's a Democrat-run city, and that's what happens in Democrat-run cities. Crime is completely out of control because they arrest them and release them, arrest them and release them. And this is coming from me, a former incarcerated person, a former criminal. I don't even know what to say. Like, this needs to be cleaned up. Okay, these kids definitely, I can't even call them kids, need to be put away for life. The only two places that are worse than Philadelphia right now, one of them I believe is Detroit. Detroit is completely off the hook, and the city in Tennessee is completely off the hook, and Philadelphia, PA is right up there. You know, it's a shame. But as I said, these individuals that committed this crime, they're animals, and they should probably be slaughtered like animals because they will never ever benefit society. They will never hold a normal job in their life. They will never contribute to society or civilization in any way whatsoever. They are true animals. Okay. And I don't have any pity for them. And that's, as I said, coming from a man who was incarcerated. I committed a lot of crimes in my life when I was younger. I was really out of control. But one thing I never did was purposely go out on the street and hunt someone. Purposely go out on the street to rob someone. Purposely go out on the street and shoot someone in the middle of the chest. Now society is without this beautiful soul. His parents are without their son. His sister is without a brother. What a shame, man. What a shame. I just wanted to bring your attention to this case because it's not getting the media attention like other cases. They just had Billy's funeral. Today they're having a vigil for him at a church in Philadelphia. And may he rest in peace. And may they catch these scumbags that did this to him and throw them in a cage where they belong. I'll talk to you guys later. All my best.